Cleaning continues in controlled stages. The first layer of impurities is removed here.
Processing parameters are constantly refined. Uniformity is essential at this stage. Cassava begins its journey here, rooted deep in cultivated American soil. Each root is carefully extracted to preserve quality from the very first step. Each batch is identified before leaving the farm. Cassava leaves the fields within hours of harvest.
The raw material remains untouched during transit.
Every mile is carefully managed, under controlled conditions.
Transport begins immediately to protect freshness and yield. The handoff between logistics and processing approaches. Transport gives way to industrial control.
Arrival procedures begin before unloading ever starts. Every mile is carefully managed, under controlled conditions.
The factory awaits just beyond the fields.
This marks the transition from harvest to industrial processing.
Each delivery is verified on arrival.
Cleanliness is maintained at every stage.
Cassava has officially arrived at the factory.
Transport gives way to industrial control. The handoff between logistics and processing approaches. Entry begins where raw material meets industrial scale. Harvested cassava is gathered immediately for controlled handling.
Fresh roots are moved quickly to maintain freshness and integrity.
The harvest is now ready for transport. Material flow is controlled from the very first movement.
Visual checks begin before processing starts.
The production line receives its first material. Human oversight remains constant. Flow rate is established from the start. Remaining residue is washed away. Cleaning continues in controlled stages. Cleaning continues in controlled stages. The first layer of impurities is removed here. Cleaning continues in controlled stages. Cleaning begins the moment cassava enters the line.
Consistency is established early.
Only suitable cassava advances.
Remaining residue is washed away.
Only suitable cassava advances.
Human judgment complements mechanical cleaning. The line stabilizes before processing deepens.
Consistency is established early.
Processing parameters are constantly refined. Uniformity is essential at this stage.
The material transitions into its processed state. Unwanted material is removed with precision. Industrial intake marks the start of transformation. Separation begins at an industrial scale. The base of cassava flour takes shape. The base of cassava flour takes shape. Liquid becomes solid in controlled conditions.
Purity increases with every pass.
Centrifugal force drives the core transformation.
Processing advances to its most critical phase.
Newly formed flour begins stabilization.
Moisture is carefully removed.
Transformation is nearly complete. Precision guides every adjustment. Flow is balanced across the system. Automation and human oversight work together.
Sensors monitor every variable.
Precision separation defines quality.
Human contact is minimized at this stage.
Automation ensures consistent particle size.
The system moves as one.
Stability signals readiness for finishing.
Finished flour moves toward completion. Production reaches equilibrium.
Exact sizing ensures uniform performance.
Safety checks remain invisible but vital.
Final precision defines the product. The final refinements are about to begin.
Quality assurance begins here.
human verification remains essential.
Quality control begins away from the main line. Samples are prepared under strict conditions.
Accuracy is verified at every step.
Every batch is verified before release.
Moisture levels confirm stability.
Packaging begins under controlled conditions.
Quality assurance hands control back to production. Quality assurance hands control back to production.
The product is cleared for final handling.
The batch clears inspection. Authorization moves production forward. The batch clears inspection.
Data confirms production consistency.
Moisture levels confirm stability.
Particle structure meets specification. Every unit meets exact weight standards. Seals protect product integrity.
Traceability is locked into every package.
Automation prepares product for storage.
Finished goods enter controlled storage.
Production waits for dispatch. Distribution begins on demand.
The supply chain prepares to move.
And this is how modern factories produce cassava flour from start to finish.